So let's have a look. I think we did some pictures of rapport in the webinar. And I said, look, all of these people are in rapport. Okay? Now, I think it's just the fourth picture there where they're not actually smiling. You don't have to be smiling to be in rapport. Okay, but their body, posture is matching. They seem interested. They're comfortable in each other's space. Okay, so it's easy to pick who's in rapport. All of these people are in rapport. They are likely to agree. And on the flip side, what does out of rapport look like? Again, well, as I said, it's easy to spot. This couple here, she's going, but you said, he's like, I didn't say anything. Not in rapport. This lady's going, oh my God, I'm married to a child. And he's saying, well, what's wrong with running down the street naked at 2 in the morning after a few beers with the boys? This guy's going, what's up with you? She's like, oh my God. So frustrated. And this girl, well, she's in her own world. She's talking about, the family reunion that's coming up next month on the 3rd Saturday. And all my friends and family are going to be there. And he's going, great, that's the weekend the fishing trip with the boys was on. Great. Then none of these people are in rapport. Okay? So you need to be able to recognize, are you like the first lot of photos, or you're like the second lot of photos? Okay, and notice these photos here, none of them are body matching. Okay, they're not in sync. So what does rapport look like? Okay, the connection when you first met your partner. Now, rapport is happening all the time. You're regularly being in each other's space. That is, you're regularly being in rapport. You first met each other, you want to know about each other, you're interested in each other. Okay, and so you're in rapport. And getting into rapport with your partner, as I said, it's like going to the gym. When it's new, you're happy to go there. There's no need to motivation. All of a sudden, you're dating somebody new. You've been waiting for this. You just go. Let's go and build some more rapport. But after a while, okay, you're not as motivated as you were at the start. And so then you have to go through discipline. Okay, you need to get out, go to the gym. You need to get out and build rapport at least once a day. And the reason for that is that it's healthy to do so. Okay, it's healthy to do so. Now, if you miss doing it or neglect it, okay, just like the gym, if you don't go to the gym, forget about it. Okay, well it slowly starts to show. And eventually it has consequences and it's harder to get back where you once were. Okay, same as not going to the gym. Okay. So understand rapport is just as important as going to the gym. Okay, and most people these days partake in some form of regular exercise. Okay, and it's, I think it's in the general public's awareness that it is healthy for you to be taking care of your physical self. Okay, yeah, when you're in rapport daily, you will feel better. Okay, you'll feel better because you've checked in with your partner. We're all good. Go about your day. Okay. Now, when you're not in rapport for a number of days, okay, just been too busy, you haven't really connected with each other, well, that starts to build some tension. Because you haven't been in rapport for a number of days, you really don't know what's going on, the internal processing of your partner, okay? And if you don't know what their internal processing is, you don't know how they feel. Now, when you're not in rapport for a number of weeks, okay, if you've gone through a number of weeks, okay, well, that's going to start to build trouble. Okay, I'm not sure why trouble didn't come up there. There are some things you should only discuss when you're in rapport. Now, the question you need to ask, are you intentionally getting into rapport with your partner every day? Because if you're not, you're heading the wrong direction. Okay? If you're not getting in rapport with your partner, and you might be doing this program and your partner knows you're doing it but doesn't know what the content is, I would start, maybe even starting to bring into some awareness of your partner what rapport actually is, and that there's a need that you both need to get into rapport every day. And most partners will be really happy with that concept. Now, if you haven't made a distinction of what rapport is before today, Okay, think back to some of those arguments from your past and ask yourself, were you both in rapport before that started? And most people on this program have had some trouble at home. Yeah, more often than not, more than 80%, this is what the couples are not doing. I spoke to a gentleman yesterday, married 29 years. And these days, the typical day is, he comes home, g'day, partner might be doing something, she's on her phone, he sits down, he jumps on his phone. If you're both on your phone, okay, you're not in rapport. Okay, because something else has got your attention. Okay? So, this is the building block from where everything is built. Okay? Rapport is critical. Rapport is critical. Okay? All discussions about your relationship, anything important, the future, your investments, your challenges, they should only be discussed when you're in rapport. Okay? If you're sitting at the table and your partner's at the sink, don't start talking about the new school for Johnny. Too important an issue to be discussing when you're not in rapport. Now, when there's trust, comfort, and a willingness to listen, when you're both processing the world at the same pace, at the same volume, and using the same tonality, okay, and your breathing is similar, okay, when both parties are at ease and interested in the same thing, it's not about liking, it's about whether or not you're in sync, okay? And if you want to have a long, happy, harmonious house and a long and happy marriage, you need to start flexing this muscle. If you haven't been flexing the rapport muscle, it's just a case of getting started with it. And it might feel awkward for the first 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, but then when you get into rapport, then it starts to flow again. Okay? And then, if you can agree on a time of day when you get home, or whether it's after dinner or before dinner, or let's have a time that we put aside to be in rapport with each other. So how do you get into rapport? Okay, well, Tony's going to cover that on the video that I've got at the end of this lesson, but I think I said, if you're both at different jobs, when you come home at some point, you need to get in sync. Okay? You need to get into sync. And here's the point, obviously. It's critical that you get into sync every day. Now, here's another angle. Let's say your partner is home and she's had the day off. So she's done her jobs and she's just chilling out in the lounge room, watching a bit of TV. She's quite relaxed. Tempo is pretty slow because she, sat down half an hour ago. And all of a sudden you enter from work. Oh, I've had the most amazing day. Oh, incredible. And I've just heard that Davo and Bill, the boys are back in town. So someone's got to adjust here. If the hubby's just got home and he's all in this excited state, and his line's going up and down, he's got to slow down. He's got to slow right down, take the volume down, the tempo down, and he's got to be flexible to adjust from that excited state down to the state of what his partner was in. Okay? Now, here's where they got in sync. And a scenario, so that's where they got in rapport, right? Now, if this is your partner and you're in rapport, and after being in rapport for some time, in fact, let's go back. This guy comes home, the partner's been just chilling out. Now, if on that second peak, he says to his partner, before they're in rapport, okay, I'll use my mouse here, but let's say he proposed the idea to his partner about unexpected plans tonight. Everyone's having a catch up down at the pub to catch up with these two guys that have hit town again. What's the likely answer to be? You're going to get resistance. Now, your partner might have been home making dinner. And then all of a sudden you've come home, you're not in rapport, and you've said, hey, I'm going to dish dinner, I'm going to go down to the pub and catch up with some old friends. And you know as well as I do, that's probably not going to go down real well. Yet, if you came home and you got into rapport, you spent some time, and it might be 30 minutes, Okay, check in with your partner. How's their day? Okay, and let's say at this point, you then pose the idea that, hey, by the way, you know, these friends, you know, they're special friends. Now, if you've been in rapport, you know, and you've been present, you're checking in, you've been interested, you've made a connection with your partner for a while, and then you pose the question about heading down and catching up with these guys, right? At this point, do you think you're in a better position to get the response that you want? And the answer to that is, of course you are. You're in a much better place because you're in rapport. Okay, like I said earlier, you know, without rapport, there'll be no agreement. Now, once you've got the yes that you wanted, you've checked in, you've been in rapport, okay, as I said, you've got a far more like, does it mean it will happen every time? No. But are you in a better position to get that outcome that you want? Of course you are. And if you know, your partner turns around and says, oh, look, I know they're special friends. Look, I can easily save this dinner for tomorrow night. I haven't actually started cooking the whatever yet. Okay, yep. By all means, go down and catch up with your friends. Because you've made a connection. You know, your partner wants to know we're still in sync. We're all good. Okay? So you get the blessing that you can go down to the pub. So, first of all, we want to show some appreciation. We want to show some gratitude and say, you know, thank you. It does mean a lot to me to go and catch up with these guys. And I know you probably made dinner, and so I appreciate you being okay with that. So stay in for rapport for a little bit longer. Okay, then go and get ready. Okay, get excited and head off. Okay, it's such a difference than you coming home and posing this idea. Oh, I don't care what you were doing. The boys are in town. I'm ditching our plans. I'm going to go catch up with the boys. It's a totally different way to do it. Okay. So how to test if you're in rapport. So if you believe you're in rapport with somebody and you're in sync, so to say. Now, if you were to take the lead and move your body, so you're in rapport with someone and you've got a connection, and then you make a change in your external behavior. Let's say, you lean back, okay? Or you lean in. You know, if you're in someone with rapport and you lean in, it's almost like you're going to tell them a secret. And they'll lean in with you to hear what it is you've got to say. You're in rapport. Okay? If the other person will follow your lead, you are in rapport. That's the way to test it. Now, you can be in rapport with somebody on the other side of the room without talking. Tony covers this in this video. You'll see the link below. Okay? Match their external behaviors for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay? And the reason I want to give this video to you, look, it's important that you get a different take on rapport, because if you get my take and then you get Tony's take and you get somebody else's take and read a book, you're going to get a really good representation in your head what rapport is. And the better the representation in your head what rapport is, the better you're going to be able to use rapport to your advantage. Okay? So when you're ready, I'll just see what's on the other page just to finish off. So start paying attention who's in rapport and who's not in rapport. Notice when you're in rapport and when you're not. Because when you're in rapport, it's a nice place to be. So flex yourself. Join the other person's world to get in rapport. And you know, you saw those curved lines a few slides ago. You know, the guy had to slow down, reduce the volume, match up, get in sync. Okay? So you want to be the flexible one. Okay? Only discuss important issues when you're in rapport. If you're trying to resolve an argument, know this, unless you're in rapport, there will be no resolution. Okay? Rapport is powerful, so use it wisely. Just below this video, you'll see that link that was on the previous page. Click that now and enjoy a bit of Tony Robbins. As I said, you know, don't mind Tony, there's other speakers I enjoy more, but I think he gets this point across really, really well. That's it for today. Have a great day.